What's up, guys? Manic here from Manic Conspiracies, and today we're going to be talking about the mysterious D.B. Cooper, aka Dan Cooper. And it is one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in FBI history. So it all started on the afternoon of November 24th, 1971. He called himself Dan Cooper. He approached the counter of Northwest Orient Airlines in Portland, Oregon. He used cash to buy a one-way ticket on flight number 305, bound for Seattle, Washington. Thus began one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in FBI history, like I said before. Cooper was a quiet man who appeared to be in his mid-40s, wearing a business suit with a black tie and white shirt. He ordered a drink, bourbon, and soda while the flight was waiting to take off. A short time after 3 p.m., he handed the stewardess a note indicating that he had a bomb in his briefcase and wanted her to sit with him. The stunned stewardess did as she was told. Opening a cheap attaché case, Cooper showed her a glimpse of a mass of wires and red-colored sticks and demanded that she write down what he told her. Soon she was walking a note to the captain of the plane that demanded 4 parachutes and $200,000 in $20 bills. When the flight landed in Seattle, the hijacker exchanged the flight's 36 passengers for the money and parachutes. Cooper kept several crew members, and as the plane took off again, ordered to set a course for Mexico City. Somewhere between Seattle and Reno, a little after 8 p.m., the hijacker did the incredible. He jumped out of the back of the plane with a parachute and the ransom money. The pilots landed safely, but Cooper had disappeared into the night, and the ultimate fate of this mystery remains to this day. The FBI learned of the crime in flight and immediately opened an extensive investigation that lasted many years, calling it NORJAC for Northwest Hijacking. We interviewed hundreds of people, tracked leads across the nation, and scoured the aircraft for evidence. By the 5-year anniversary of the hijacking, we'd considered more than 800 suspects and eliminated all but 2 dozen from consideration. One person from our list was Richard Floyd McCoy. Is still a favorite suspect among many. We tracked down and arrested McCoy for a similar airplane hijacking and escape by a parachute less than 5 months after Cooper's flight. But McCoy was later ruled out because he didn't match the nearly identical physical descriptions of Cooper provided by 2 flight attendants and for other reasons. Perhaps Cooper didn't survive the jump from the plane. After all, the parachute he used couldn't be steered. His clothing and footwear were unsuitable for a rough landing, and he had jumped into a wooded area at night, a dangerous proposition for a seasoned pro, which evidence suggests Cooper was not. This theory was given an added boost in 1980 when a young boy found a rotting package full of $20 bills, and it was only 5,800 in all that matched the ransom money's serial numbers. So where did DB come from? Because his name is Dan Cooper, but when you search Dan Cooper, everything that comes up is DB Cooper. It was apparently a myth created by the press. Well, we did question a man with the initials DB, but he wasn't the hijacker. The daring hijack and disappearance remains a mystery. So basically, this guy still has never been caught, and this happened in the 70s. So if he did survive the crash, or if he did survive the jump, he could possibly still be alive somewhere. I think that he did survive. I think he did survive. I don't know what he would have done with the money, because again, he ordered $200,000, like $200,000. So the fact that only $5,000 was recovered in a rotting package makes me wonder. I personally think that Dan Cooper, D.B. Cooper, was a spy, not from the U.S. government, but from another country. And I think that that's why he knew what to do. I think that that's why he asked for such specifics. $20 bills. Why did it have to be in $20 bills? And my theory on that is that he wanted it to be in $20 bills because it would be easier to fit in with society of wherever he was going with that money. Because if you went to the store and you gave the cashier a $500 bill, they're going to look at you suspicious, especially after a hijacking of a plane and someone who ordered 200 grand. So with it being in 20s, that's a very popular, the low class, middle class, all the classes kind of know they have $20 bills. So when you walk in somewhere and you're paying with $20 bills, it's not going to look as suspicious as if you're buying it with hundreds and $500 bills and stuff like that. But I personally think that this guy was a spy of some sort, whether that be from Russia, France, wherever it could be, a different country is what I'm trying to get at. I think that's how he knew how to even jump from the plane, how he knew how to make the parachute, come up. And maybe he left that $5,000 there to kind of get people to believe that he had died. Because if you're a spy, you have all that knowledge. You have the hidden knowledge to know what to do. You're used to that, okay? You got to think of spies as the most intelligent life forms, basically, because that's what they do in the military. With spies, is they get them to where they can do things like this. And unfortunately, I think that's the case that we are talking about. I think Dan Cooper was a spy of some sort. I think that he did live the landing. I think that he tried to basically fake his own death, so that way he would get away free. And I think that he used the $20 bills so that way it wouldn't look suspicious when he went and started a life somewhere, whether that be in Mexico City, or whether that was just a distraction because of the fact that he jumped out of the plane before he even got to Mexico City. So it's very interesting to me. I'm very curious. This case has been along for a very long time, and it is still unsolved. And I don't know if it'll ever be solved, So like and subscribe as always, because I make new videos literally all the time. And also comment down below. What do you guys think about DB Cooper? Do you think that he was a spy? Do you think he was, a hijacker? Do you think he survived the jump? Do you think he lived? Do you think he died? Let me know what you guys think down below, and I will see you guys in another video. Peace out.